Hello, and welcome to 5 Minutes with KeRusso. My name is Wendy Lawson. Being a disciple who makes disciples is our mission statement at the local church that I attend. Because community outreach, loving our neighbors, and discipling others is both a focal point and talked about often in church and in the small group that I co-lead with my husband, it is something with which I have wrestled to find out what it means for me. I've had the honor of mentoring a variety of different mothers over the past 8 years, and I have become quite passionate about helping mothers realize that they are discipling their very own children, whether they be 2 or 32. I can remember as a very young parent in a very small church in southern Louisiana, in which children's church had not even been invented, a preacher once said to me, "Little mama, don't worry about your crying baby or disruptive child prohibiting you from hearing the sermon on Sunday morning. You are doing the most important and pivotal work you will ever do in your life raising those babies. And there will be time later on for you to focus on a lot of sermons and partake in numerous Bible studies in your future. God desires you right where you are for just this time." I remember that those very wise words both empowered me and freed me from the shackles of guilt that I felt as a tired and weary mother of 3 children in all different age groups and spiritual maturity. I have never ever forgotten those words spoken over me as a young parent, and I share them every chance I get with other mothers and parents, other parents in general for that matter. Discipling your children requires full-time focus and both creative and innovative tools for being a part of their space without them feeling as if you have invaded their space. I like to think that this is similar to what Jesus refers to in verse 16 of chapter 10 of Matthew. So be as shrewd as snakes and harmless as doves. Discipling your children should be a noble task for which you pray and desire with all of your heart. As I love my children with every piece of my heart, I set out as their mother to partner with their father in discipling not only children who were Christ followers, but warriors for God. If that sounds both frightening to you and just downright not in your skill set, please know that I am not anyone special at all. Jesus Christ says this in verses 19 and 20 of the same chapter 10 in Matthew. Don't worry about how to respond or what to say. God will give you the right words at the right time. For it is not you who will be speaking. It will be the Spirit of your Father speaking through you. All you have to possess to disciple your children, or anyone else for that matter, is the willingness to go, do, and be. Jesus sent his 12 apostles out in Matthew 10, asking them to take nothing with them, with the exception of his authority. Later on in the last chapter of Matthew, in the last set of verses, he tells them again to go and make disciples with this promise to them as well as to us. And be sure of this, I'm with you always, even to the end of the age. Mothers, know with all your heart that God is with you, for you, living inside of you, and empowering you each and every day to go and walk alongside your children in their faith journey. Do whatever it takes to help them align their walk of faith with the Word of God, the Bible, and be the very example they need to see of God's love, grace, mercy, and truth. Go, do, and be is not just a good thought or a sweet suggestion by our loving Father. It is a command to be disciples who go and make other disciples. It was the last thing Jesus said to his disciples after his resurrection and before ascending into heaven. Discipleship was that important to Jesus. It should be equally as important to us. Thank you so much for your time and attention today during this segment of 5 Minutes with KeRusso. Go forth and be blessed.